Find the derivative of y equals 5x minus 3 to the 4th times x squared plus 2x plus 7 to the 6th. So y here is the product of two functions. We have a 5x minus 3 to the 4th, and we have an x squared plus 2x plus 7 to the 6th. We'll therefore make use of the product rule for the derivative. Y prime, or dy dx, will be the derivative of the first, bring the power down, leave the inside alone, subtract 1 from the power, and then multiply by the derivative of the inside to complete the chain rule. That's all the derivative of the first, times the second left alone, and then add to it the first left alone times the derivative of the second. Bring the power down, leave the inside alone, subtract 1 from the power, and now multiply by the derivative of its inside to complete its chain rule. That'll be 2x plus 2. Next thing to do is put the constants together. I have a 4 and I have a 5. That'll be a 20. And leave the other expressions alone for now. And here I have just the 6, but I'm also going to move the 2x plus 2 out to the front. I won't distribute the 6 though. I'll just have the 6 and then the 2x plus 2. And everything else as is. Now we can start factoring. We have a common factor because of the 20 and the 6. A common factor of a 2. And that'll reduce it to a 10. Everything else the same. And then this will reduce to a 3. And everything else in that term the same. Now we can start factoring out powers of the expressions. I'm going to start with that 5x minus 3. Now what we have here is the power of 3 here and the power of 4 here. So I'm going to be able to factor out the lower number of the two. That'll be the power of 3 of them. Now if I remove 3 of them, that's going to completely remove it from here, and it's going to take away 3 of the 4. Now remember, you're subtracting the exponents because you're dividing out, so 4 minus 3 will become a 1. You'll remove and leave one of them there. That should be what we have left over after removing that. So I should have a 10, and then an x squared plus 2x plus 7 to the 6th, plus the 3 times a 2x plus 2 times a 5x minus 3 now to the first power times the x squared plus the 2x plus the 7 to the 5th power. The next thing I can factor out is this expression. Now we have it to the 6th power and to the 5th power. The lower, the 5th, is what we will remove. So we'll have 2 times 5x minus 3 cubed times x squared plus 2x plus 7. We're going to factor out 5 of those and see what that leaves us with. Now what that's going to leave us with, well, we're taking away 5 of them. So we have 6 of them here. If you take away 5, that'll leave 1. And here we're going to remove all 5. And there's what we should have left. So 10 times x squared plus 2x plus 7 to the first power plus 3 times 2x plus 2 times 5x minus 3, and that's it there. Now the next thing we're going to need to do here is distribute the 10 here, FOIL this out, and we will then distribute the 3 into that after we FOIL it, so that we can combine like terms together in there. So this is going to be 2 times 5x minus 3 cubed times x squared plus 2x plus 7 to the 5th times, distributing the 10, 10x squared plus 20x plus 70, and then plus 3 times, now we're going to FOIL this out first, 10x squared, outside, negative 6x, inside, plus 10x, and then last, negative 6. The next thing we're going to do here is distribute the 3 into all of that. So we have 2 times 5x minus 3 to the 3 times x squared plus 2x plus 7 to the 5th, 10x squared plus 20x plus 70, distributing the 3 in, plus 30x squared minus 18x plus 30x minus 18. And now we can combine together like terms within the square brackets there. So I have 2 times 5x minus 3 cubed times x squared plus 2x plus 7 to the 5th times, combining like terms, let's see, x squared we have 10 and we have 30, 40x squared. X terms, I have a 20, a negative 18, which these will combine, a 20 and the negative 18 to be a 2, and then we have it plus the 30 here, so that'll give us a 32x. And then we have the 70, and we have the minus 18, and that'll give us a 52. Now there is a common factor of 4 that can divide out of there. If we factor that 4 out, that 4 will move all the way to the front to be paired off with this 2 that's already out here. So 2 times 4 is 8 if we factor that 4 out. So now what I'm going to do is factor the 4. That'll leave a 10 x squared. That'll leave an 8x, and that will leave a 13. And there's our factored version and our simplified version of the derivative y prime, or dy dx.